having a front stage space, or what I'll call a false self, okay, is actually life-threatening.
Really?
Well, yeah, this is why people suffer from social anxiety.
Yeah.
Social anxiety disorder is very real, and it's very rife, particularly in some countries where the appearance factor is really, really important.
High context cultures.
Because if people reject you, if you are being pushed out of a herd of humanity, you'll be alone and you can die. And this is why solitary confinement is such a harsh punishment that those of us who have not been in solitary confinement do not understand how harsh it actually is. Because we take for granted that we can see people all the time. And in this COVID time, there have been times when we have been put in an isolation situation where you see less people, and it's been affecting me. I've been seeing less people and my brain does not like it. I like sharing and experiencing with other people.
And you get the more of the brain chemicals in. Anyway, you were talking about depression, that it can get you to that. Well, I mean, that's just a side effect of it. It gets you...
Well, it's a direct result of one of the brain chemicals being down.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the false self, the front stage space, being a threatening situation. Now, what that does is put your body into flight or fight mode, where you become like a rabbit in the headlights, because when you are in a social situation or in front of a camera, it's like you are in the headlights. So that is an anxiety, which means that there's a lot of adrenaline and more adrenaline, noradrenaline, pumping through your brain, okay? And this can lead to heart disease. Chronic stress leads to a whole lot of inflammation. All of our mental health goes down, but our physical health becomes a problem as well. Anyway, big story in that. Secondly, however, it depletes the feel-good chemicals. And I'm going to talk about serotonin.
What depletes the feel-good chemicals?
This world of appearances, being in the headlights all the time.
Yeah.
Much of our life is in the headlights. We are in the headlights right now. Right now we are on camera. But when you're in a social situation, you're kind of monitoring, going, hope I'm doing okay, hope I don't say something too stupid, you know, hope people accept me.
And you can have the feelings underneath. You get those feelings, which you can't really in front of a screen.
Yeah.
You can sense those feelings.
Yeah, and that's why I like being with people, because you feel the person. And it's hard to put into words what you're actually feeling, but you're attuned with the person. So it's like, at the moment, people being thousands of miles away through a screen, it's like we're sort of here. It's like a long way away. And it doesn't feel too bad, but if we get it closer, it would feel worse, all right? There's a bit of a clash. So we come more into harmony when we're close. Yeah. And that's what we want to attune to, and that's what appearances don't give us. Yeah. Okay. Right. I have to use a few terms here because we need words to go on with this conversation, and we're sort of using front stage space as the appearance world and backstage space as
your authentic self.
Authentic self. So if I go back to the philosopher Soren Kierkegaard, he actually said that you're either living your authentic self or you're living despair.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, that's how strong. That's how strong it is.
That's how important being real is.
That's right.
Really.
That's right. Yeah. So last century psychologist Erich Fromm talked about your original self and your pseudo self. So somebody that you have made up, or if you like, constructed. The terms that we use in psychiatry come from Donald Winnicott, a psychoanalyst of last century, who termed them the true self and the false self. So they're the terms that I'm going to use, and I'm encouraging people to be in their true self mode rather than their false self mode. And we all need a false self. We all need to have a social mask. Yes. Otherwise, we'd be in conflict all the time. Yeah. I mean, if some people could read my thoughts, all right?
Or mine. My gosh.
Or if I could read all of your thoughts, you go, oh my gosh, just as well that there's a filter. Right?
Yes, that's right.
But we put forward this castle, this fortress, if you like, the stoic self. I'm not going to let them see this, I'm not going to let them see this. And this is how we're all constructed. Because if we read each other's minds, we would be in conflict too much. Yeah. So
it's a good thing in that way.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good thing. It keeps us sane.
Who can I trust enough to share my real self with? we're always negotiating that, aren't we?
That's the crux of the matter. And that's why the more that we have people who are acquaintances or colleagues or strange people out there, the more alienated we feel and the more we're in fight or flight mode. Whereas the more that we have family around us, friends, a special person who really understands you and can see underneath the mask, who sees all the rubbish as well as the nice stuff that we
and still accepts it.
And still accepts. That's powerful, people. That's powerful.
Okay, great. All right.